That is avoidance. That avoidance is called varitta. But it is not, it is only half the picture. Buddhists have this wrong idea that because the Buddha is always sitting under a tree, the eyes half closed, yeah, that we also must sit around, do nothing. Just okay? And that's why all Buddhist countries are so backward. Okay? So, no, that's not what Buddhism is. The new image of Buddhism we are trying to promote is the one, famous one in Buddha Mountain north of Bangkok, where there's a 100-foot metal statue of the Buddha like this. The walking Buddha. Have you seen that? The walking Buddha. That is the energetic Buddha. Alright? So, while you do not kill, you must charita, actively promote life. So you have to be involved with World Wildlife Fund, you have to be involved in PAWS and SPCA, you have to, like Yein is doing, yeah, you got to be actively involved in the protection of life. Charita, as a varitta, charita. To negative, active. Okay. Not just don't steal. It is you protect the property of others. It is not just sexual misconduct, protect yourself. You must make sure that this, every child, every adult, yeah, is safe. Okay? And so on, and it goes down. So it's charita and varita. So every day, these 5 precepts look so easy, but they are a lot deeper than that. Okay? Right. So, and unattached. Unattached means non-attachment. Greed. Remember I said you don't pick up things from the ground? Yeah? While you are living in this world, you cannot, of course, help being attached to your family and so on. It's difficult. But at the same time, if you want to be happy, you must develop in your mind, yeah, this is not me. This is not mine. Yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to develop a certain sense of all of this is going to pass. All of this is going to go. And if I hold on to this, I am going to cause myself suffering. So I must learn to let go. But as lay people, that has a lot of things we need to qualify. Yeah? My students, for example, when you teach them, don't be attached. You know, none of this is everything passes, nothing is important. Though they go and sit for an exam, they fail the exam. Oh, it's okay, I'm not doing this. Okay? Now, we don't mean that. There has to be, as lay people, we need to have ambition, we need to work hard, we need to make money, we need to feed and clothe our families with dignity. We got to look, have enough money for a time when we are not working. So non-attachment has to be qualified as lay people. Okay? Even for that matter, monks cannot be really non. Okay? Now, so we started with the 5 precepts. Then now let's go on. Every Buddhist home ideally should have a family also. Why? Because it's a daily reminder of who we are and what it is that how we conduct our lives as Buddhists. Okay? It doesn't have to be very big. It doesn't have to be very elaborate. A little image of the Buddha with the bare 3 things minimum. Was it Wednesday? One of these, Wednesday in Bandar Utama, a lady asked me, Uncle Vijaya, what if I choose not to have an altar in my house? Perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. If you feel that circumstances do not allow you to have an altar in the house, so long as in your mind, yeah, you have the Buddha. But it's much more difficult, of course. You have to be a very advanced being not to need especially if you have children. Yeah? And children are growing, they need to grow up in that atmosphere with the Buddha. Right? Remember that the image of the Buddha has a very calming effect on the members of the house. Alright? I don't know if I should share this because it just crossed my mind. But a long time ago, I never thought I would quote her because she's hardly my latest idol, Tina Turner. Tina Turner is a Buddhist. And Tina Turner said, in her mind, yeah, I say this very guardedly, but in her mind, she cannot think of a more beautiful image of spirituality than of a man sitting calmly under a tree, eyes half closed with a smile on his face. To her, this is the image of spirituality. How very different from someone who is broken and beaten and hanging from a cross. Okay? So, you see, so these images. Let me share with you a little. You cannot see, you're going to cut this up. Let me share with you this kid, yeah? This kid, he went to school, he went to a government school. And he was failing all his exams and he was really doing badly, and the bad behavior. Father said, I don't know what to do. Somebody said, hey, if you want your son to do well, send him to a Christian school. He said, okay. So he sent him to a Christian school, and boy, within a month, the guy was behaving perfectly. All his grades were improving, and his best grades were for arithmetic. Right? Father said, what happened? How come suddenly within a month you're going? No, when I went to this Christian school, yeah, and I saw what they did to the guy who didn't do his class, I thought I better study. Anyway, to come back. So the very presence of the image has a deep psychological effect of calmness of the family. And when everybody, even if they're not conscious of it, it's just like the reason why we put a fish tank. The fish are so relaxed, all right? And then that's the reason. It helps to calm us. Similarly, the image comes in. When all of us have a calmer state of mind, the vibrations in the house become calm as well. All right? And that's where your feng shui is. Yeah, where the house itself is calm. So, if you don't want an image, that's fine. But if you do have an image, the benefits are enormous. Okay, one. Now, throughout the centuries, we have evolved a few symbols, yeah, which are not meant to benefit the Buddha in any way. In Buddhism, when we pray, we don't pray to ask for favors. That's a very important point. We never pray to ask for favors. The praying is something which we do in order to develop our mind, and to reflect. Okay, every day, let's start with the most common one. Every day we light a lamp in front of the Buddha image. Now, if you are really scientific about it, why have a light, electric light, or something one, and on his eyes closed anyway? No, it does not benefit the Buddha. It's not for the Buddha's benefit, but we do say we place it at the Buddha's feet to remind us that our life is as beautiful as this flame. But this flame that is so beautiful is really an illusion. This flame exists because of three conditions. Because of the wax, the wick, and the air. Alright? Just like our life. We are living because of conditions. Our karmic past, the fact that we are human, yeah? And so that Now if you remove those conditions, the